His work has been described as being filled with opulent colors, densely laden with expression brought to life on the canvas. Today, art lovers can immerse themselves in the world of Dutch painter Vincent van Gogh with an exciting exhibit here in the Lowcountry. We're joined by Fanny Curtat, art historian and consultant for Beyond Van Gogh. Great to have you.
Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
So tell us about this experience. We've been seeing billboards all over town about this.
So Beyond Van Gogh is really about blending cutting-edge projection technology along with a more traditional subject, which are Vincent's painting. And through this blend, it allows the audience to literally set foot into his world, to be part of the paintings themselves, and to truly, truly be immersed in his world and his colors.
You know, I had the pleasure of seeing Starry Night, the Starry Night in New York and at a museum there, and I have to say I was awestruck seeing it in living color. Now I have to ask you, adding technology to it, does it at all detract from it? Does it enhance it? Does it make it more, I guess, available to audiences now?
I'm so glad you asked this question, because this experience is in no way, shape, or form trying to replace the magic of an original. I'm so glad you got to go to MoMA and see the original Starry Night. If everybody gets a chance to do that once in their life, there's something truly magical there. But there's something unique about being able to just walk into that painting. So many people are familiar with Starry Night, and then it gets to be just alive, moving around you. So these type of experiences are really not meant to replace, but to add to the way we experience art. For a lot of people, museums can be intimidating, or they might not see how their life, day-to-day life, relate to a 19th century artist. An experience like that is meant to bring people in and to really have this connection with Vincent's work and see just how relevant it still is.
Absolutely.
And amidst all of the crisis we're going through, and it was created during COVID, where we were going in and out of confinement, to have somebody who was able to paint that particular piece, Starry Night, while in an asylum cell, there's something really truly inspiring there.
Another thing that I wanted to ask you, so Starry Night is one of the main pieces of art that people are going to have the pleasure of seeing. What other artwork from Vincent van Gogh is going to be featured?
So we have selected about 300 pieces of his work, knowing that he painted over 850 paintings, and when you add the watercolors, the sketches, and the drawing, you get to almost 2,000 pieces. So it was really about selecting pieces that would let the audience go through this journey from his beginning, when it's much darker. Maybe people are not familiar with this period so much, and then he gets to Paris, discovers the brightness of the Impressionist, and then gets to the south of France, and there a lot of pieces that people are familiar with. So of course, besides Starry Night, we do have the sunflowers, Café Terrasse at Night, the irises, all of these pieces that people know and love. We have a fantastic scene dedicated entirely to Almond Blossom, which is these flowy white petals turning all over the room, where I've seen both children and adults twirling alike. It's just a really, truly magical experience.
It certainly sounds like it. Now, Paquin Entertainment, they're known for putting on these immersive experiences. What other experiences do you offer audiences around the world?
So we created Beyond Van Gogh first, along with Paquin Entertainment Group and Normal Studio here in Montreal. We then also went on to create a Beyond Monet experience. We also have a Beyond King Tut experience that just opened with Nat Geo, National Geographic in Washington, and that is going to open and tour starting in Boston in July 7th. So really, it's just Paquin Entertainment Group is such a leader in these type of experiences, so it's only growing and growing. And I think that speaks also to such a passion of people to experience, to be part of something. It's really something that we need, especially after the ordeal and the trials we've been going through and are still in. There's something really fantastic about being able to bring joy to people and to bring just such quality experiences for them to forget a little bit about day-to-day life and experience something dreamlike, playful, and just be part of something.
We all need a little bit of that, don't we? Beyond Van Gogh, so are we also going to be learning about his life, his story?
It's very important for us to really have this show be anchored on this idea that we're going beyond the darkness of the myth. So a lot of people know Van Gogh for Starry Night or the ear-cutting incident. And there's something a little bit unfair about all of his life and life's work being resumed to the lowest point in his life. And so we really wanted to showcase how much he was craving beauty and how much he had this purpose to share it with the world. It's not about the darkness that we all know him for, the ear cutting, but the struggling poverty, mental illness issues. But you don't see that in his work. You see colors, you see brightness, you see joy, you see the healing qualities of nature. So really, that's the focus of this show.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, Beyond Van Gogh, the immersive experience, it is going on from July 19th through September 4th. This is happening at the Charleston Convention Center in North Charleston. I want to thank you so much, Fanny, for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
We're back in 2 minutes.